Hey y'all, it's today. Happy Tuesday. I'm back at it. Um, hold on. Well, actually, right now I am I'm doing some follow-up calls for some leads, and I'm nurturing some leads real quick. And I just got the phone with a lady, so I'm sending out a brochure with my information in it really quickly. And we just had a great phone call. So I'm excited about that. So I got some mail to send out. Yes, I sent a brochure with my information in it. So I don't want people to forget me. I asked them to write my phone number down, all of that good stuff. So I'm not on a dollar yet. So yeah, I'm sending out my mail, and sending out my mail right now. Doing that. Looking at an opportunity, trying to figure out whether I should do a novation on it or an installment method. I need to talk to a few people just to get some ideas around the way that I'm thinking. Always want to be able to understand exit strategies, whether I buy it to do the deal, to do the work, or whether I put the deal together for someone else to do the work, whether it'll be a novation or installment or whatever you want to call it, whatever that is. I got to make sure I understand the various exit strategies for the opportunities, and figure out what makes sense, what don't, what's more cost effective, what's not. So, hit myself in the lip. Yeah, knowing what's more cost effective when you're doing these deals, because some of these deals, if somebody is not moving the way I want them to move, I want to be able to take certain stuff down too, right? So understanding that, like, if someone can't buy it and I feel like it's a great opportunity, I still want to put myself in a position to actually be in a position to buy it. What do I want to put? She lives there. They want to sell early 2025. So this lady said she might want to sell early 2025 because her attorney told her she couldn't do nothing until the first of the year, which I don't understand why. But she's an older lady, elderly, and she's trying to figure out if she sells the property, where is she gonna move to, right? Because she actually lives in the estate property, and she actually lives there. So she's trying to figure out, if she sells, where she gonna move to. So I think that's important, and I just let her know, we can support her in that as well, which is very important to people. So let me put this spoke today. So I spoke with her. I also asked her, like, hey, I know this is a big decision. Who else would be involved in the decision? I'm like, I know you're the decision maker. You're the be all end all. However, this is a big decision. Who would you want to be involved? Like, who opinion is important? I think that's a really important question. She told me her daughter and her son. So I know when it's time for her to sell the property, whatever route she want to go, I need to make sure that her daughter and her son is present, either on the phone or there, if we're doing an appointment, whatever that looks like, right? Because she's going to run this decision past someone else. So it's important that whoever she confides in, or opinion is significant to her, that they're present. Not sure. Let me put this note. Where she is going to move to. She is elderly, may need help finding a place. She said her attorney moved slow and said she can't, I guess, sell until after January 2025. Her daughter-in-law and son will be helping her with the decision. So that's a good lead right there. That's a good lead. So yeah, she's somebody worth following up with for sure. All right, let me pop on this dialer. I got to send out some mail today. One of my potential clients, I'm gonna go ahead and call her client. I'm gonna go ahead and claim that. It's a claim award. I'm gonna send her condolences card out because she was very emotional more than once when I spoke with her about the properties. And that just really touches my heart. So I know that she, I'm going to reach out to her and send her mail with a condolences card. Do I do that all the time? I don't. Right? I don't. Because I don't know people like that to get into their personal emotional business. But if someone expresses grief to me, I'm more than willing to, express my sentiments and understand what they're going through. Hold on. Have I ever called this list before? Why doesn't it let me have a little exit button? Hold on, let me go back. Baby. What was I doing? Oh, I wanted to see were there any attempts. Okay, so it wasn't. I'm calling. And this is Barb. Okay. Power dial. Okay. It's loading. It's taking so long. Okay. I wonder why the filters. No. Oh, okay. Zone guard. What is that? I'm gonna go ahead and start here. Okay, let's get this baby on and popping. I was supposed to get my nails done today, but I gotta stop this. Like, I'll make an appointment in the daytime, but I have work to do.
Enter your PIN number. Your PIN number can be.
So I can't be having.
You are now logged into the Mojo dialer. Please press the start button on your screen to begin calling.
I can't, for real, I cannot be having like nail appointments and stuff in the day while I'm working because it just throws my life off. I could do it after my 2 or 3 hours of dialing and following up and all of that kind of stuff. I can do my appointments after that, but in the day, like, I'm lead generating in the daytime. Oh shit, I didn't start. So that's important too, guys. As business owners, we have to understand the power of the hours. Ooh, the power of the hours. I like the way that sounds. So I wanted to get my nails done today. I popped all of them off. But for real, I'm like, my time is limited and I need to maximize the time. And I have an appointment today at 2 with a guy who does real estate investing and stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to reschedule. And then this nail right here broke in half, so I need to wait anyway. But for real, like during the daytime, between like the hours of just say 10 and 2, or just say 10 and 1, whatever, but like between 9 and Like 9 and 1 p.m. is the times that I just need to focus on lead generations. And then even after that, like I'll go home and still make phone calls and stuff. But like these are my hours where I really need to get it in, like for real. So my guy, he was supposed to start. Well, he has some internet issues right now, but he's working on that. So he'll be also prospecting. So the way I created my business, because it's just me and I have 2 VAs and I don't have.
Well,
Hey, good morning. Brian, this is Barbara. How are you?
all the time. What do you want, Barbara?
Oh, I wanted to see about that property on Sherwood Road, Mr. Brian. That's my brother's name.
Well, I'm glad that you have a brother, and I have no idea what property you're talking about.
I'm sorry. Oh, so are you a personal representative by chance?
I am. That's the only I know what you're talking about.
Oh, it said a property.
Sherwood Road.
Yeah, 400 Sherwood Road, Cockeysville, Maryland. That's interesting.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, my apologies. Well, I was calling about that property, but I don't know. Okay.
It might be me, but it doesn't ring a bell. So, and besides, if it once it goes on the market, it's on the market. Right? Have a good day.
Sure. Okay, he said the property doesn't ring a bell, but if it was to go on the market, it will be on the market. So, people be throwing me off a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and delete his name because he's saying it's not him. And what I'm not going to do is be blowing your phone up, and you don't want to be blown up. Like if you don't want to sell, like one thing about me, I'm okay with rejection. I just want to wait. I don't want to waste my time. I want to spend my time with people who actually want to work with me. Like I used to early on in business, I would accept certain treatment, but now, I'm way too valuable, and I'm way too understanding of my work. Like I'm cool. Like if it's not for me, it's not for me. I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'm not going nothing. Like I'm just gonna keep it moving. And I want to work with people who actually want to do business with me.
I'm sorry, I cannot take your call right now. If you would leave a short message, I will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
I think as we grow in business, like we have to really understand, our limits. Like what business are we willing to take and what we're not willing to take. Like you're not going to treat me like shit.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Like you're not going to treat me like shit, and the money that I'm going to make from this deal is not going to change my life. Now, I ain't going to lie. If it's like life-changing money, like multi-millions, I might put up with your bullshit. I might. A slither of might. Let's be honest, right? However, $20,000 or $30,000 is not going to change my life. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not at this point. Maybe like a couple million will. No, not maybe. A couple million will. But other than that, nah. Like I'm not accepting certain treatment. So yeah, and that's from nobody. And sometimes it's difficult. It's difficult to stand on it, but it is what it is. Like we gotta set our boundaries. I'm loving my hair is like, ooh.
Hit key to continue.
I love long hair.
Again.
When I get my weave put in, I want to use this company, but they take forever. Like they take forever to like ship, but I really, really like their hair. So I'm like, damn, if I could pay extra.
Automatic voice message system.
I would.
1-0-3-8-2-8-6-9-2 is not available. At the tone, please record your
My
message.
hair
When you have
get
finished
cakey.
recording, you may hang up or
I don't know
press
if I got
1 for more
psoriasis or
options.
what. But I love my hair though. I love it. I didn't even wear no makeup today. Actually, I just threw on a little bit of powder foundation to like hide a little bit of my dark spot. I have dark cheek, like what they call it, hyperpigmentation. So I just put a little bit of that on, threw some lipstick on, some eyeliner, and a little bit of brow like filling. That's it. This is considered like a natural. I just didn't feel like doing no makeup today. I just didn't. Like a big up to the ladies who throw
Your
that shit
call
on
has been
every day
forwarded to
because that's
voicemail. The
that's a
person
lot of
you're
work.
trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Especially if you're real picky and your face have to be done a certain way. It could a 20-minute face can be end up being like an hour face. Like, so I'm like, nah, I ain't got time for that today. I need to hop in this. I need to come in this office, get this work done because I got to make this appointment today. So, just like yeah. Yeah, I gotta get it done.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
I was looking at some videos of myself from like 6 or 7 years ago, maybe like 6 years ago, 2018 something. Hold on. I mean, and I said I was like just so sweet and so innocent. I'm like, damn, like I'm a whole nother person. Like listen, it's been a long time done. Okay. I was looking at the videos. I was looking at the videos I did on YouTube actually from some years ago. And I was like, wow, like it's so refreshing to see how you grow through the years. It's like, wow, like, yeah, that was me. Growth is real, y'all. Growth is real. For real.
The call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
It's a great day. Barbara speaking. How may I help you?
Can I help you?
Hi, this is Barbara. Did I just call you?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I was probably calling you about an estate property to see if you were looking to sell that property, but I don't know. I can't recognize this phone number though.
No, we're not. Yeah, we have a relative that's taking care of it for me.
Oh, you have a realtor? Okay. What was your name again, so I can pull you up in the system and take your number out, so I don't keep calling you?
Natalie.
Natalie. And what was your last name, Miss Natalie?
They didn't have a last name on it. It's just for 1332 Private Deanwood. Okay?
Okay.
At work. I thought it was something else. Thank you.
No worries. All right. Okay. She ain't so. Let me pull her up. She said 1330.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
Oh, I see.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Oh, Miss Natalie. Say she has a realtor. I need to know if this is an investment.
59.
Because it was an investment. I don't care if you got a realtor. Shoot. I'll throw an offer over there.
To continue your call in English, please press 1 now.
Para continuar en español, presione el 9.
To continue your call.
I need to talk to her. I need to see what this property about. I might call her back. Or at least get in contact with a realtor before it hits the market. Oh, it's already on the market. Is it? Oh, yeah, it's on the market. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's probably on the market for a little bit too much, too. Oh, yeah, it is. It's a townhouse. And she want how much?
Hello. Please leave a message after the tone.
God is so good. Especially when he opens your mind and your heart. What is wrong with this thing? Your email is incorrect. No way.
This is Chris. Please leave me a message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
How is that wrong? I've been using the same email. Fuck. What was the password? Why would it do that?
Has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hi, you've reached 682-2758. Sorry we're unable to come to the phone right now. If you wish, please leave a message and we'll definitely return your call. Thank you and have a nice day.
Why would it do that? That shit be getting on my nerves. Why would it do that?
You have reached the Johnson residence. We are unable.
Hello?
Hey, good morning, Miss Cecile. This is Barbara. How are you?
Okay. Who is Barbara?
Barbara Barnes. I was calling you about your property. I'm not sure if you still live there on Lipscombs Way in White Marsh to see if you were selling or open to an offer.
I'm going to closing on Thursday.
Oh, I didn't know that. I wish I would have called you sooner.
Yeah.
Did you put it on the market or you working with an investor?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
No, I put it on the market with the realtor.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I'm happy it worked out for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did you have any other properties you need to get sold?
No.
Got you. Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate you letting me know that information.
Okay.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye. All right. What would I add? Oh, I'm gonna put her. I'm gonna see her. So here's the thing, guys. Hold on. Delete this number. So here's the thing. This is when you first getting started. Let's see. Let me pull her up. Okay.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
When you're first getting started, you want to learn how to price properties, right? Or figure out what properties are selling for. So with that being said, when you talk to somebody, even if they sold their house, oh wow, she sold it for $540. Even if they're selling their house or if they're working with a realtor, like the other lady, Natalie, on the property in Deanwood, if they're working with a realtor or whatever, or if the property is sold or whatever they tell you, start pricing out these properties and just get an understanding so that when the opportunity does come, you're full equipped, right? So like sometimes what I'll do is, even if the person said they have a realtor.
Telephone number 410-357-5855. Can't take your call right now. Please record your message after the beep. When you've finished recording, simply hang up or press pound.
I dropped it too fast. Even if the person has a realtor, it's always an opportunity potentially that you can work with them. But two, you want to get an understanding of markets. So just start comping properties, especially if you talk to someone, they say, oh, I already got a buyer, already got realtors, just to kind of start playing around. Hey, good morning. This is Barbara. How are you?
You've reached the phone of Benjamin Smith. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
Okay, that was weird. Somebody answered, a lady answered and said hello, and then it said you reached the phone number of Benjamin Smith. That just that was weird. But the point that I was trying to make.
Hello, please state your name after the tone and Google Voice.
The point that I was trying to make is start pricing out properties. Start pulling your comps and all of that. And get used to pulling comps and get used to what's important is, because I've been doing this for a long time. So I'm so used to my MLS, right? Bright MLS or whatever. So I'm used to seeing my data a certain way. So when I'm using new systems,
Forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
I was going to
Monroe and Patty Zeffert is not available at this time. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
So when you're used to seeing data a certain way,
but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up
or
yet.
if you've never been accustomed to doing this, right? You may have never used the system. Get used to understanding how your brain processes the data. Like if you're comping properties, so you have a platform. So it's this thing called egronomics. Let me get the definition of egronomics. Hold on. Egronomics. It's a science of designing products, systems, and workplaces to fit people who use them. Economics can roughly be defined as a study of people in their working environment.
Cisco Unity Connection Messaging System. From a touch-tone telephone, you may dial an extension at any time. For a directory of extensions, press 4. Otherwise, please hold for an operator.
So this is talking about just the physicality of how you communicate with your computer, right? As far as like your neck, your back.
Mr. Berries, we can't answer the phone right now. Leave a message and we'll call you back.
And I don't know if it is also, psychological and philosophical principles, products, processes, and systems. Long story short, when you're starting to do data, or when you're because real estate is database, right? Data, which you're looking at on the computer screen. That's really any business, really. You want to be able to get used to how you can analyze the data looking at this system. So sometimes it's difficult for like people to leave certain CRMs or work systems
Continue.
because they're so used to like a way that, like for me, for example, I use Follow Up Boss in my business for my CRM. I've been using Follow Up Boss literally for like 9 years. It's so hard for me to transition out of it because I'm so used to the way that the screen looks. I'm used to communicating with the database a certain way. I'm used to typing. I know where everything is. It's very user friendly. So when it's time for me to like transition out of it, or once I grow my company and my business, before I do that, I'm going to take extensive time with another database or another
Please leave your
system.
message for 44385881156.
I have to take that time because I have to be able to digest it. So when I teach my team or whatever, I can say, okay, this is how you move. So like what I've learned in business or what I've learned in life is like when I worked in banking, I was always the top of my class and everything that I've done because I understood how to communicate visually with what's in front of me, the computer screen. So I was creating like a little process based off of the way the computer screen is and then how I communicated with the screen. Like it was easy for me to digest information when my screen is this way, right? So in business, maybe that's just a Barbara thing. That could just be a hidden
Please leave your
gift that I
message
have. I don't know. Hold on.
Emily, Bull.
That could just be like a hidden gift that I have. I don't know. But I do notice how effective I am when I'm doing business, when I understand how to communicate mentally, visually with what's, because I'm more of a visual learner anyway. But when I see what's in front of me, like this is the way the system looks like, I need to read my data this way. That's how for me to be able to make evaluations and assessments, I need my data to look this way. Hello.
Hello?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. This is Barbara. I'm calling for Brooke. Brooke, Miss Brooke.
Can I ask who's calling?
This is Barbara Barnes. I'm calling about a property at 34 Pine Brook Court, Unit 34.
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Is this Brooke?
it is, but unfortunately, I'm not the owner. I'll probably talk to the owner later today, but I can take your name and number.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My name is Barbara Barnes.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me write this down.
Okay.
Okay, Barbara Barnes, huh?
Yeah. And my I'll give you my cell phone. This is my business line. My cell phone number is 240
Uh-huh.
755
Yep.
1400.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we're looking to purchase properties. And we wanted to see if this is something that we will consider purchasing.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'll pass it on to the owner.
Okay, are you the attorney?
No,
Okay.
I'm the personal representative of the estate, but the estate doesn't own property.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I appreciate you doing that for me.
Okay.
Okay, you have a great one.
Bye-bye.
Bye. The state. Oh, doesn't. He is the PR. Will pass my info to them. I'll put him as a lead. I'll put him as interested. Even though I don't know what the real situation is. It's a condo. I'll figure out what the real situation is once I talk to the owner. Where's my Skype? Sheesh. What the hell? Hold on. What is my? So I use Skype to put all my leads in. Come on. What is going on with this fucking? Hold on, y'all. I'm having some malfunctions right now. Okay, where's my application? So what? What the? Shut the front door. I get a little hood, y'all. Little gangsta. Little gangsters. All right. Put this in here, work. Uh-oh. All right, that's in there. All right. So what I was saying before then is understanding how you communicate with the system visually. And then that will also help you navigate your ergonomics, how you know, where your computer is set. Like I have a computer here, then I have a webcam, a Logitech Brio. I think it's one of the best webcams I've ever had. And then I have my other screen here. So I'll have my script on this screen. I'll have my video, and I have my Mojo, because I consider this my working screen. Then I consider this the other screen that you know, like scripts and stuff like that. But I'm physically working on this screen. So that's that. Then I have like a prop stream, or if I have the MLS up, when I pull those systems up, I want to be able to know, okay, this is the year built. This is where I find this data. This is where I see whether the property has a basement or not. This is how I pull my comp. This is how, so I create a system around how I communicate with the database that's in front of me in order for me to make decisions about property, right? How you pull comps is not only how you pull comps, but how do you digest the information? And how you digest the information.
Hello, you have reached 410-484-4279. Please leave your name and number, and we'll give you a call back as soon as possible. Thanks.
How you digest the information is based off how you can process the information mentally.
Hello, you've reached Ken's voicemail. Please leave a brief message
Sorry,
and I'll get back to you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
So that's how I operate, right?
Has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 410-688-8756 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Okay. So understanding that how do you see the data? Like, how do you see it? Right? This is why a lot of people don't pull comps properly, because they don't know how to look at this computer screen and figure out what's the best way for them to look at this screen and evaluate the information. So part of my process, this is something that it's hard to teach. It's just like a personal preference. This is how I preference the way I do it, because it makes it easier for me to, like, okay, boom, this is how I get the numbers. This is how I make my decisions. But I have to see the information a certain way first. It's a lot that goes into business, but for me, that works. So I'll spend hours on a system trying to figure out how I can best navigate it, like how me looking at this system, how does this best work for me? Because I want my work experience to be as easy as possible.
Hello, please leave a message after the tone.
And not necessarily easy, but like, how do I digest data? Right? And sometimes even some systems, they're hard because they're not user-friendly. They're not easy on the eyes.
The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
So for me, that's really important. Now I tell my team, you set your situation up however you want to set your situation up, but my frameworks work. But it made this work for me because I'm just a little, like I said, I'm a little particular about all of the details. So it's just what's easy for me to work. Like I want to be able to have a workflow that's easy. I actually like my hair like this. So yeah, like the lady who I just spoke with, who said she has a realtor. So what I'll do is I'll take a quick glance of her market. So when I go on PropStream, I want to see all of the properties that are residential that sold, and typically they default to a year, which I actually like. Pulling properties 6 months is important, but I like to kind of see a year out. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Is this Jackie?
Who's this?
Hey, this is Barbara with Barnes Home Team. Calling about a property on 6801 North River Drive.
No homes are for sale, okay?
No problem. Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Alrighty, bye. Jackie seems a little upset. Sorry, Jackie. Sorry, Jacklers. No homes are for sale. I ain't mad. I mean, if you want to keep your property, if you mad people calling you, I get it. I ain't here to fight with you, fuss with you, or argue with you, sir. You win. I lose, you win. No properties are for sale. No problem. You ain't gotta worry about me. Anyway, what I was saying was,
You have reached 41036753225. Sorry, this mailbox is full. It can't receive any more messages. Please call again later.
So what I was saying was, for me, I need to see my data a certain way. So typically when I look at my data, I want to see what has sold, like from lowest to highest in amount. Right? They have a lot of rentals over here. So this is a rental heavy neighborhood. So it's important to understand that. Like, oh wow, this is a rental heavy spot. Oh, hold on. This is my title person. Hold on.
Hello.
Hello. Good. How are you? Oh no, it's good. No worries. So I was calling you because I want to know how this installment contract thing work. I was hearing about it, and I'm just trying to figure out what makes the best sense for a deal I may have coming up. So this is how it works. Basically, there's a contract. It's usually called like a land installment contract, is usually the title of it. But the contract basically says that the buyer is making payments to the seller over time. Okay, so like, for example, let's say that you agree to a sales price of, $100,000, and then over the next 3 years, the buyer is supposed to pay, maybe in monthly installments, payments towards that sales price. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the 3 years, when it's fully paid, the seller is then supposed to deed the property to the buyer. So the buyer actually does not take real title to the property until they have fully paid the sales price. Okay. So all of these methods are pretty much the same shit. So real quick, so when you settle on it, what transfer and recordation are you paying? Are you paying the amount of the purchase price, or are you paying the amount of the sales price? That's crazy. Damn. Yeah, so it's kind of like the buyer is beginning to make payments. Yeah. When they do the contract, closing doesn't happen until, months, maybe years later. So usually, like, we don't even get brought in on an installment contract until they're actually ready to transfer the title. So I don't know. I was listening to this guy. I don't know how true it is, but I thought you close on it, right? and then you make the installments. So you can still close on it even though you haven't satisfied the full purchase price. And then I don't know how they were saying something about a deed could be taken back in I don't know, like a bond or something like that, or you can do a what is it called? A deed on. Okay, what does that mean?
So you can have a closing now,
Mm-hmm.
and there would be like an escrow agreement that says the company is not holding the escrow until the buyer has fully made all of their installment payments. So we might be holding the deed in escrow for a year or for 3 years or whatever the agreement calls for, and then we record it at the end.
So technically, the seller still has title.
Yeah, the seller still owns the property until the buyer is fully paid. So, like, there are a lot of risks associated with doing something like this.
It don't make sense because the way that the person made it seem, because that was my question. My question was, oh shit, sorry, I'm getting too ahead of myself. I wrote these notes down. I'm sorry, I take a lot of notes. So my question, well, this was a video. Then I heard somebody talk about it, and I was doing the research because I understood the benefit to the seller. So they said the benefit to the seller for doing an installment contract is that technically you don't pay the capital gains. You only pay a percentage on what's given back to you, right? So since you didn't receive the full payment, when you get the cash payments, right, over time, the installment, a portion of that is a gain. But then you got other like taxes and stuff like that. So you don't pay like the full capital gains on it. So I understood that. It's called bond for title or contract for deed. Bond for title, contract for deed. So is that what it's called? Bond for title or contract for deed?
I haven't heard of this bond thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Contract for deed is another term for an installment contract, though.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I don't know that I would recommend it to either party, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure there are some reasons why maybe it works for certain people. It is very risky, on a lot of levels. I mean, normally when we do a closing, like closing is final, you just transfer title. If you are doing an installment contract, your seller still owns the house while you're paying your installment. Liens can accrue. I mean, the seller can have other, liens and encumbrances that accumulate on the property. So just like from a title perspective, it's kind of a shaky situation. Usually like you pay your money, now you own the house. And
Yeah.
in this situation, I suppose perhaps the benefit to the buyer is like, if they're already allowed to use the house, live in the house, and they're not going to come up with all the money right away to close,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what if you miss a payment? What if and the seller doesn't want to deed the property to you anymore? Or, you could potentially lose the whole deal.
Yeah.
And the seller has to be still willing to participate.
Right. And that's what I didn't understand because you hear these guys on social media talk about these things, but the question still remains: who takes title? So he was making it seem like if you're the buyer, you could still take title to the property and market the property and do whatever you wanted with the property, and the seller couldn't do nothing because technically you have the deed. But I'm like, how do you have that was my question. How do you have the deed? How is the deed recorded? And it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, in my experience, I've never seen someone actually have the deed. Like, you don't record the deed. The most I've ever seen is having a deed held in escrow. Like, if I personally there's no way I would do this without knowing that the deed was in escrow somewhere, waiting for me to finish my payment. Because,
Right.
Seller, what if you just disappear or you don't agree to show up to sign this deed 3 years from now, or time that I've seen these, and I don't see people do these a ton, they are actually coming to me when they finish their installment payments. So the contract that they're sending over is their contract to deed, and we are finishing it off by actually transferring title with recording the deed to the buyer. So basically the buyer's been paying. They've never been on title the entire time. Now, when you're under contract, you do still have an equitable interest in the property. Like just you being under contract is an equitable interest in the property.
Right.
But everything that happens to your seller
Happens to you.
happens to this property, right?
Right.
I mean, if your seller gets a judgment made against them, that's now attached to the property.
Right.
If the seller to transfer clear title to you, they're gonna have to pay that off.
Right.
You know, with a traditional closing, because we're clearing title before you give your money, like when you give your money, you know that you have clear title to this property. You know that there are no outstanding, you know, HOA liens or additional mortgages or, you know, everything's been satisfied.
Right.
But a lot of times with these installment contracts, they're not even searching title before they do the installment contract.
That's retarded.
Yeah. I mean, if you were going to be safe about it as a buyer, I would absolutely say do a title search before you start
Right.
your payments. And if your seller would agree to it, have a deed held in escrow. It's even tricky though to have the deed held in escrow because me as the escrow agent, I mean, it's better than not having it in escrow to at least have something in there. I mean, what if your seller died or something?
That's what right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, by the time you finish your installment payments, like there's no telling what changes might occur with your seller, you know, how your laws sort of accordingly to the property. Yeah, I mean, usually when I see these, I'm getting a contract after the installments have all been paid, and now they want to go ahead and record.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what's the alternative for saving me financing on deals. And yeah, I was thinking like, okay, so if I go under an agreement with somebody, let's just say we settle, you know, you guys do a title search, we settle next week, I don't know. But we settle on the installment contract, right? And then you hold the deed in escrow, and then we have another settlement, but we still technically plan transfer and recordation twice, right?
No, we wouldn't really be, like, if you have the installment contract, we're not reporting the deed. So the most that we would be doing is just holding the deed in escrow and waiting for you guys to tell us that, okay, now everything's been paid. But remember, like, time has passed, right? So, and usually it's quite a bit of time. It's not usually like a month. We're talking like, this is usually like at least a year later, you know?
So it's not technically a real closing. It's just we're just signing a deed to be held in escrow, and we're not transferring any money or anything like that.
Well, you could be transferring some money, so like perhaps the first installment gets paid at closing. But yeah, it's typically, so this is almost like, I mean, it would make more sense to do this as seller financing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you could do a seller take back where the seller, you know, the property costs $100,000. Okay, the seller is loaning you $100,000. And now you have a loan agreement that says that you're supposed to pay the seller in monthly installments. This is your interest rate, but you own the property at closing.
Yeah, that's like a subject to.
It's not like a subject to because the seller is your lender.
Right. Well, so in the subject to, but that's only if that person has a free and clear property. What if the seller still has a mortgage on it?
That's correct. If the seller has a mortgage, the mortgage is gonna have to be paid.
Monthly.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I don't recommend subject twos either. I think those are kind of crazy.
Why not?
Because the lender can foreclose at any
Time. Yeah, they can.
You're not allowed to transfer title to another buyer while you're under a mortgage.
Yeah.
The seller could at any time, the lender at any time could decide that they're going to foreclose on the house.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's the risk. That's the risk that's taken. But the only, but with the subject, but with the subject too, at least you'll have title.
You would have title, but they are going to foreclose. Like this lender has superior interest and they can foreclose on you. So, I mean, definitely with, I often don't understand from the sellers, I don't know, from both sides of the subject too. It's an extremely risky situation because for the seller, you know, they're usually getting some kind of payment from their buyer, but they're still personally obligated on their mortgage.
Right, but they don't care. A lot of people, a lot of people who are in pre-foreclosure do subject twos, like their credit, they don't have nothing to lose. They, you know what I'm saying? So they'll sign if they're gonna get a check. Like it's people who are in a really bad spot. Like a normal person is not doing that. So the benefit to the buyer is now you own a quote unquote own a property in your name or your company's name, and then it, like shit, if you default on it, and the default ain't gonna be in your name, it's gonna be back in their name. So
You know, yeah, I have a hard time understanding why the seller would be comfortable with that. But yeah, you're right. I mean, if you're in a very distressed situation, then perhaps that's better than just losing your house. But yeah, I mean, if your buyer doesn't make your mortgage payment, if you're still the one who is
yeah, defaulting.
obligated, yeah, you're personally
Yeah,
obligated to pay that lender.
yeah,
So from the seller's, I mean, from the buyer's perspective, if this lender could decide to foreclose, even if you weren't making payments, they can decide to foreclose upon you.
right,
The smart thing to do would be to make the payment and hope that the lender doesn't really care as long as they're getting their money. If they don't want to foreclose, you know, they have the right to. They just wouldn't be interested.
right.
You know, like I'm getting paid, so what does that mean? So what these people have done with the property.
Okay. Well, you made it clear to me. I feel like I know these things, but you know, sometimes you hear people talk about it and it's a little gray. I'm like, okay, what the hell? How do you have control? Like, I'm just curious. I'm like, it don't like, you know, like even doing a novation is kind of risky, but it's not as risky in my opinion. It's risky nonetheless, but if you're doing like a quick cosmetic renovation and you have understanding with the seller, you still go under contract, you still have equitable interest. I mean, you know, but yeah, I just was curious about that because I was thinking, I thought it made sense from a security standpoint, being the buyer, but I was under the impression that you had title. So I'm like, well, shit, that's all the security I need. But yeah, right. You're not DC.
Yeah, I've never seen somebody do that in DC, to be honest with you. I've seen a couple of them in Maryland. They usually come to us after they've already finished their installments. And now they're like, you know, they're ready to transfer title.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, it's a good thing y'all are still on the same page.
Yeah. Because see because the reason why, you know, like some states don't allow wholesaling, so people will do these whatever these installment contracts, so they can have control to like put the property back on the market or something like that. Because you can't technically wholesale. So this helps the investor, wholesaler, whatever, you know, have some type of course you have the interest in the contract, but you know, you'll have a little more control versus just doing if you can't if the regulations is you can't wholesale, then you can't wholesale, and like in Virginia you can't wholesale.
I see. So they're doing it to circumvent. Okay.
Right. So then when they put it back on the market, they still find a buyer, right? A new buyer or whatever like that. Um, the seller get their money, you know, it'll be one closing, I guess. But this is kind of a way to get around it. But my biggest thing,
I would say that is a very gray area.
yeah,
If somebody is doing it in order to wholesale and that's really what they're doing, I mean, I would say that is a very gray area. Because if you're encumbering the title also do, like, you can do this in DC too, you can record a memorandum of contract. So, like, just like how I was telling you, if you have a contractual interest in a property, you have an equitable interest in the property, even though it hasn't fully transferred to you.
Right.
So, like, this is why if you are under contract, it's so important to get your contract released before you enter into another contract. You know, like, let's say you got a buyer, but then the deal breaks down. And then, you know, the parties are arguing about releasing another buyer, and nobody wants to release. You should not enter into another contract with a new buyer until you have a release from your old buyer. Your old buyer still has an equitable interest
Right.
as long as they're under contract. Like, even though you might have gone past the contract signing date, you haven't performed or whatever, until you release that contract, you still have an equitable interest.
Right.
But you can record your contract in land records, which creates a cloud on title.
Right.
So that's what some people do with the installment contract. Because think about it, you could be under an installment contract paying your seller, and if you haven't recorded anything, your seller could actually go behind your back and sell it to somebody else. Like, they could,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff that is just kind of very insecure about that kind of a transaction, you know.
Right. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I just wanted to get your take on it because I kind of had it just wasn't clear. I'm like, y'all not making no sense for me, and I'm like, it sounds good, but still, like, but I get it. So. Yeah. Yeah. And then another thing too, on the novation, I was told you can do a net proceeds contract with the seller.
Now, when you're talking about innovation, are you talking about an assignment?
No. So what the novation is, you'll renovate the property, but it's still in the seller's name. And then you go under regular purchase and sell agreement. You'll renovate the contract. You'll renovate the house or whatever you're going to do with the house while still under the seller's name. But we have an agreement on how much you're going to walk away with, right? Let's just say you bought it, like you're going to walk away with $100,000, no more, no less. So we'll then substitute our contract for the third party's contract for the buyer, like let's say the home buyer. But let's just say the net proceeds is $400,000. Out of the 400, you're getting 100, and I'm getting 300.
How is the person who is the middleman securing their interest?
With the memorandum of contract, because remember, because you're still going into a real purchase and sell agreement. You're still doing a purchase and sell agreement. But now, instead of me go get financing, I'll keep your mortgage up to date, and then I'll renovate it in your name. But of course, that person typically they'll do with the novation, they'll do they would do like a power of attorney. But I was told that you can't do power of attorneys, and they just need the seller to sign the agreement with the end buyer, meaning the home buyer. And then, however we spell out the net proceeds is just how it will be dispersed.
Okay. Yeah, I can see how if you record the memorandum of contract, that creates insecurity for the person who's doing the renovations for the middleman. Because that is a scary thing sometimes too. Like going into business, you're essentially going into business with the seller.
You are, yeah.
Like, you're gonna let me renovate your house, and then we agree that when I sell it, you know, you'll make this much, and I'll make this other amount. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well, so when I sent you wholesaling forms.
Yeah.
Novation. I didn't realize people were calling that kind of a transaction a novation.
Yeah.
What a novation means legally is it just means that you are fully standing in the shoes of somebody else in a contract. So like with an assignment, you can assign your rights and obligations, but you may not have fully released every obligation and responsibility.
Right.
But an ovation is I'm 1,000% standing in the shoes of this other person. And I feel like the wholesale deals do kind of set it up that way anyway. They just don't really call it that.
Right.
Yeah, but that's interesting. I mean, I've seen a number of ways where people seek to achieve that same thing that you're talking about, right? Like actually, I've seen where the developer person actually adds themselves to title, for example, or transfer title to an LLC that might be jointly owned by the seller and also the developer,
Right.
and like spell out their legal agreement and that operating agreement of, you know, how they're going to share proceeds at the end. Because it can be a lot of risk for the developer too. You know, you start developing somebody's house and you don't own it, right? You put in a bunch of money, but you actually don't own the house.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no desire to do that. I just have a desire to do, if I, like I said, working on a novation, it'll be a property that probably needs less than $20,000 worth of work. It's a risk I'm willing to take. But I'm not risking 50, 60, 70, 80 grand. I'm not doing it.
I know a number of realtors who will invest in the renovation of their seller's property, and we will actually record a mortgage on the house, and that secures their repayment.
Oh.
Yeah. So I have there's this one realtor I work with in Virginia, and he started doing this for different clients. Like he would look at their property and it's like, okay, well, yeah, we spent $25,000 renovating. Like, I would be able to sell your house for more. They don't have the money to actually spend on the renovation. So they would basically just, you know, make an agreement that they'll pay him back at closing. And then he had a situation that scared him because he wasn't really doing anything to like secure this, right? He just knows that I'm your agent. I'm gonna sell it as soon as we're done, and I know you, right?
Right.
He had a seller where he put, I think, about 30, 40 grand into their property, and then the wife got sick, and suddenly they're like, we don't want to move right now.
Mm.
And he's like,